Hey, Daydreamers, welcome back to the Living Your Daydream podcast. Today, we are diving into a topic that hits close to home, especially for me, the self-help and business education trap. If you're anything like me, you've probably spent hours consuming self-help books, business podcasts, and motivational YouTube videos, feeling like you're making progress, but somehow you're still just staying stuck in the same place. It's a sneaky problem, one that can make you feel productive without actually moving the needle in your business or life. So in today's episode, I want to shine a light on this trap, break down why it happens, and share the simple shift that I'm making in my own business this year to actually take action and break free. So let's get into it. Welcome, Daydreamer. This is the Living Your Daydream podcast. And in this show, we quest together through seasons of life and business. I'm Asher James, a photographer, filmmaker, and creative business mentor, and my hope is that this show helps you settle into a place of peace and comfort in a world that attempts to distract us from what really matters, setting a healthy foundation for us to take big action on our goals and to achieve the life we've always dreamed of. As you listen, I invite you to join in on conversations with me that I have with industry friends, reflect on new ideas and inspirations, and apply this knowledge to design a life that I and you have always dreamed of. This is the Living Your Daydream podcast. I'm just going to get straight to the point. Consuming self-help and business education can give you the illusion of productivity without actual progress. You sit there, you read the book, watch the YouTube video, listen to the podcast, and it feels like you're doing something valuable. And in a way you are, like learning is good, but here's the thing. If you don't take action on what you're learning, it's just entertainment. I've been guilty of this myself. I've read all the books, fill up the notebooks with ideas. I type out pages of business strategies and things that I want to do. But when it came down to it, I wasn't actually implementing much of what I had learned into my business, right? So maybe a little here and there, but not in a focused and intentional way. And I know that I am not alone in this. Maybe you have a list of things that, would move your business forward, but for some reason, they just keep getting pushed off to your next week on your to-dos, right? Does that sound familiar? So let's talk about this. Taking action over consuming more information, right? That's what I want you to do. A big theme of this podcast and in my life in general right now is taking action. I want to take the steps that others aren't willing to take to get the results that others will never have, right? And if you're building a business, it's not enough to just think about it. You have to actually do the work. You have to build the website, craft the offer, tell people about it. I want you to take the ideas out of your head, out beyond your notebooks, and bring them into the real world. And sometimes taking action is as simple as just telling people what you're doing or what you want to be doing. For example, one of my best performing Instagram reels recently was not some fancy viral video. It was just me sitting in front of a camera, lighting a candle and saying, hey, I have 4 open dates for weddings in July of this year, and I want to book 2 of them. And then I showed the dates on the screen. And then I say, if you or someone you know is getting married, let's talk. And that was it. There was no complex strategy. It was just me putting myself out there and taking action. And it worked, right? I haven't booked those dates yet, but it is one of the better performing reels statistically on my account, which I found really interesting. And so I could have spent weeks overthinking it, reading more about marketing strategies or making excuses about why I wasn't booking those dates, like, oh man. But instead, I did the simplest thing and I just asked for the sale and told people what I wanted, right? So I want to challenge you this week. This is a super quick episode, right? What's the one thing that you've been putting off? One action that keeps getting pushed to your next week's to-dos. Maybe it's finally launching your website. Maybe it's reaching out to that potential client. Maybe it's posting about your offer, even if that feels scary. Whatever it is, take a moment right now to commit to doing it, right? Not next week, not tomorrow, but today. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Living Your Daydream. I wanted to keep this short to give you some time to go take some action. And if this message has resonated with you, I'd love if you would share it with a friend who maybe needs to hear it too, right? You can share it on social media, message it to them, text it to them. And if you're enjoying the podcast, take a quick minute to leave the show a review. It helps more dreamers just like you find the show and helps them take action towards their goals, right? So that's it for it today. Go take that next step, and I'll see you right back here in the next one.